11:47 p.m. Sound of police siren fading. QuickStop Market on the outskirts of town. Dim fluorescent lights reflect off puddles in the asphalt parking lot. Inside, chaos. Police tape blocks the path to Register 3. Detective Sarah Mitchell examines the crime scene. The body of Andrew Cole, 34, store owner, lies between the canned goods aisles. Time of death, approximately 10:30 p.m. Cause, blunt force trauma to the back of the head. Blood has formed a dark pool on the white tile floor. Sarah addresses the officer. Who was the last to see him alive? The officer flips through his notepad. At closing time, there were 6 people in the store. Cashier Emma Rivers, 28. Security guard Victor Stone, 45. Cleaning lady Margaret Davis, 52. And 3 customers, college student Derek Walsh, nurse Lisa Bennett, and retiree Michael Gray. Sarah walks to the surveillance server room. The monitors show static interference. The technician shrugs helplessly. 2 cameras are completely dead. 3 are recording, but the timestamps are off, running 20 minutes behind. Only 1 camera, over the emergency exit, is working properly. The detective watches the footage from the working camera. At 10:28 p.m., someone in a dark jacket with a hood slips through the emergency exit. Face isn't visible, but on their wrist, a distinctive bracelet with red beads. 11:52 p.m. Emma Rivers sits in the back room on a plastic chair, nervously fidgeting with the red beaded bracelet on her wrist. That same bracelet from the footage. Sarah begins. Emma, tell me what happened tonight. Emma, the cashier. I was working like usual. Andrew was in a terrible mood all day. Yelled at me over a register shortage, $300 missing. He said he'd dock my paycheck. Were you angry at him? Sarah asks. Of course I was angry. Emma's voice turned sharp. I've worked here 3 years, pulling double shifts, and he treats me like garbage. But I didn't kill him. Sarah shows a freeze frame from the camera. Is this you leaving through the emergency exit at 10:28? Emma goes pale. Yes, but I just went out for a smoke. That's not illegal. I came back 5 minutes later. Do you have any witnesses? No, but I didn't kill him. When I came back, he was alive. I saw him going upstairs to his office on the 2nd floor. Sarah makes a note. To the 2nd floor? But his body was found on the 1st. Emma falls silent, realizing she's said something important. Her hands tremble. Suddenly, Sarah notices red stains on Emma's sneakers. Fresh ones. 11:58 p.m. Sarah returns to the surveillance system. The technician points to the schematic. Here's what's strange, detective. The cameras didn't malfunction randomly. Someone manually tampered with the time settings. This can only be done from the server room or the computer in the owner's office. Who had access? Sarah clarifies. The owner, security guard Stone, and cashier Rivers. She was given access when she covered for the manager. Sarah heads to the security guard. Victor Stone, a massive man with military bearing, sits in the security booth, staring into space. Sarah, detective. Mr. Stone, where were you at the time of the murder? Victor, security guard, making rounds. From 10:15 to 10:40 p.m., I was checking the perimeter, warehouse, utility areas. Standard procedure before closing. Did anyone see you? No, I was alone. His voice is calm, too calm. Sarah notices a USB drive on the guard's desk. What's this? Victor tenses. Personal. Music. May I check it? A pause. Too long of a pause. Go ahead, he finally says. Sarah plugs the drive into the computer. There's a file, cole_debts.xlsx, a spreadsheet with amounts. Next to Stone's name, $50,000. Return date, 3 days ago. Status, overdue. You owed Cole $50,000? Sarah's voice is sharp. Stone closes his eyes. He loaned it to me 2 years ago. For my daughter's surgery. I couldn't pay back on time. He threatened me. 12:05 a.m. Sarah moves to interrogating the customers. First, Derek Walsh, 22-year-old college student in a wrinkled hoodie with a backpack. Derek, student. I just came in for energy drinks before finals. Didn't see anything, I swear. What were you buying? Sarah asks. 2 Red Bulls, chips, and batteries. Sarah looks at the receipt. Why batteries? At 10 p.m. Derek gets nervous. My flashlight died. I have a reason. An officer brings his backpack. Inside, professional camera equipment, gloves, lockpicks. Were you planning to film someone? Sarah is puzzled. I'm an urban explorer. Derek blurts out. I make videos about abandoned places. Tomorrow I was going to sneak into the old factory. That's not a crime. Sarah doesn't buy it. This store has cameras. Were you studying them? Derek stays silent. Next, Lisa Bennett, 38-year-old nurse in medical scrubs, exhausted expression. Lisa, nurse, I stopped by after my shift. I work at the hospital across the street. Got off at 10 p.m. What did you buy? Milk, bread, and medication. Sarah checks the receipt. There's no medication here. Lisa goes pale. I changed my mind. Put it back. What medication exactly? A long pause. Sleeping pills. Strong ones. Sarah finds an empty package of sleeping pills on the shelf. Item marked as damaged today at 8 p.m. But the package was opened recently, no more than 2 hours ago. 12:13 a.m. Michael Gray, 67-year-old retiree, sits calmly, hands folded on a cane with a silver handle. Michael, retiree, I'm a regular customer. Come every evening at the same time. Buy milk, bread, newspaper. Did you see anything unusual tonight? No. I paid, sat on the bench by the entrance. Resting. Bad knees. Sarah checks the footage from the camera above the register. Time is off, but Michael is indeed there. He sits for 15 minutes, then stands and walks, not toward the exit. He heads to the back room. Why did you go to the back room? Michael without blinking. Looking for the restroom. The restroom is on the other side. You're a regular customer? You should know. The old man smiles coldly. Memory's not what it used to be. An officer brings Sarah a bag from the back room. A cell phone was found. Not the victim's. Unknown number. In recent messages, a series of texts. I'm ready. When you do it, I'll pick up the goods. $50,000 to the account. Sarah shows the phone to Michael. Is this yours? Never seen it. But the technician reports. Detective, there are photos in the phone. Taken today at 9:45 p.m. The photo shows a safe in Cole's office. Open. Stacks of cash inside. And in the photo, you can see the hand taking the picture. On the wrist, a watch with a unique face. The exact same watch is now on Michael Gray's wrist. 12:21 a.m. Sarah goes upstairs to Cole's office on the second floor. The door is slightly open. Inside, typical office. Desk, computer, safe on the wall. The safe is open. Empty. On the desk, scattered documents. Sarah studies them. Contracts, invoices, and a strange folder labeled Personal. Inside, a dossier. On the first page, a photo of Lisa Bennett, the nurse. Further, medical records, test results, hospital discharge papers from 5 years ago. Diagnosis, pregnancy loss, psychological trauma. But the strangest thing, a handwritten note from Cole. Lisa, threat. She knows. Need to handle. Sarah calls the officer. Run a deep background check on the connection between Cole and Bennett. While waiting, she notices a drop of blood on the floor. It leads from the door to the window. The window is slightly open. Sarah looks out. There's a fire escape below. Someone could have climbed up or down. The officer calls. Detective, you won't believe this. 5 years ago, Andrew Cole hit a pedestrian with his car. The case was buried. The pedestrian survived, but a pregnant woman nearby was injured. She lost her baby. That woman, Lisa Bennett. Sarah freezes. Motive. But then the officer adds, and one more thing. Emma Rivers. She's the daughter of that pedestrian. Her father was left disabled after the accident. Cole was paying them compensation under the table. But he stopped 3 months ago. 2 people with motive. And both were here. 12:28 a.m. Sarah goes back downstairs. Only now does she remember. there's one more person. Cleaning lady Margaret Davis. She hasn't been questioned yet. The officer says she's in the utility room, cleaning equipment. Sarah finds Margaret, a short woman with a tired face and work clothes, carefully scrubbing a mop. Too carefully. Sarah, detective. Ms. Davis, I need to ask you a few questions. Margaret doesn't look up. I don't know anything. I was cleaning the second floor. What time? From 10 p.m. to 10:45 p.m. Did you see Cole? Silence. Then quietly. I saw him. When? At 10:20 p.m. He was in his office, talking to someone on the phone, shouting. What was he saying? Something about money. About not paying for someone else's sins anymore. That he was done being blackmailed. Blackmail. New detail. Sarah steps closer. Ms. Davis, you're hiding something. Margaret drops the mop. On her apron, Sarah notices what she didn't see before, a small tear in the pocket. Fresh. And inside the pocket, a shard of glass. Sarah checks the crime scene. Near the victim's body, shards of a broken jar. Heavy. Heavy enough to kill. Did you hit him? Margaret is shaking. No, I just found the jar on the floor. It was broken. I started cleaning up, and then I saw his body. Why didn't you report it? Margaret sobs. I was scared. Thought I'd be blamed. I have a record for theft long ago. I just ran, but then came back when the police arrived. But Sarah notices bruises on Margaret's arms. Fresh, as if someone had grabbed her wrists forcefully. 12:36 a.m. Sarah returns to the only working camera. The technician says, I found another fragment. The camera doesn't just capture the emergency exit, but also the edge of the hallway leading to the stairs to the second floor. On screen, blurry image. 10:27 p.m. Someone is coming down the stairs. Quickly, a figure in dark clothing. But when the person passes under the lamp, for a second a detail is visible. White medical shoes. Lisa Bennett wears medical shoes. But then the technician rewinds the footage. Look, at 10:15 p.m., 12 minutes before this, another person goes up the same stairs. On screen, a silhouette. Large. Moving slowly. Victor Stone, the security guard, said he was doing rounds. But the footage shows him going up to the second floor. Sarah, he lied about the rounds? The technician zooms in. Wait. This isn't Stone. Look at the gate. This is someone with a cane. Michael Gray, the retiree. But there's one more detail. At 10:25 p.m., 2 minutes before Lisa came down, someone goes up again. This time quickly, almost running. Carrying a bag. Sarah asks to zoom in. The bag has the store's logo. And holding it, Emma Rivers, the cashier. The technician spreads his hands. 3 people were on the second floor around the same time. And all 3 have motives. Sarah feels confused, but then notices the last frame. 10:29 p.m. The emergency exit opens again. A figure exits, this time in cleaning clothes. Margaret Davis. In her hands, something heavy, wrapped in cloth. Murder weapon? But the technician shows the next frame. She returned 3 minutes later, empty-handed. 12:44 a.m. Sarah gathers everyone in the store's main aisle. 5 suspects stand before her. The tension is palpable. Sarah, detective, one of you killed Andrew Cole. Each of you had a motive. Each had opportunity. Let's break it down. She looks at Emma. You, Emma, were angry at him for docking your pay. But more importantly, he stopped paying compensation to your father, who was injured in that accident. You were on the second floor at 10:25 p.m. What? Emma trembles. I wanted to take money from the safe. I knew the code. Thought I had the right, after what he did to my family. But when I got there, the safe was already empty, and he wasn't in the office. Sarah turns to Lisa. You, Lisa, lost your baby because of Cole. You came down from the second floor at 10:27 p.m. What were you doing there? Lisa closes her eyes. I went to talk to him, to tell him I knew the truth, that I'd tell everyone. But the office door was open, and he wasn't there. I heard noise downstairs and got scared. I ran. Sarah looks at Michael. And you, Michael Gray, you went up to the second floor at 10:15 p.m. before everyone else. Your phone has a photo of the open safe. Were you a hired gun? Michael smirks. I'm not a hired gun. I'm a private investigator. I was hired to collect dirt on Cole. I photographed the safe, but didn't take the money. My job is information. Who hired you? Can't say. Confidentiality. Sarah moves to Victor. You owed him $50,000. The money that disappeared from the safe. Did you take it? Victor grimly. No. But I wanted to. I knew where he kept the cash. I was planning to tonight. But you didn't get the chance? Silence. Finally, Sarah looks at Margaret. And you, Miss Davis. You cleaned up the crime scene. You have glass shards in your pocket. Bruises on your arms. You carried something out through the emergency exit. Margaret whispers. I found the jar, the one that hit him. It was lying next to him. It had fingerprints. I was scared they were mine, so I hid it in the dumpster outside. Whose fingerprints? I don't know. Didn't look closely. 12:52 a.m. An officer bursts in with an evidence bag. Detective, we found the jar in the dumpster. We were able to lift prints before the rain started. Sarah takes the report, reads it. Her expression changes. There are 2 sets of prints on the jar, she says slowly. Everyone freezes. The first set belongs to Margaret Davis. You did handle the jar. Margaret nods, tears streaming down her face. But the second set, Sarah pauses. The second set is partial, smudged, as if the person was wearing gloves, but they slipped for a second. She looks at everyone in turn. Derek Walsh, you had gloves in your backpack. You claimed they were for exploring abandoned places, but you're a tech specialist. You could have disabled the surveillance system. Derek goes pale. I didn't. But, Sarah continues, the partial prints have traces of medical antiseptic, the kind nurses use. Lisa, your hands smell like chlorhexidine. Lisa steps back. I work in a hospital. Of course they do. Sarah pulls out the last piece of evidence. In Cole's office, I found this. She holds up a small red bead, just like the ones on Emma's bracelet. It came off. In the office, where there was a struggle, Emma touches her bracelet. One bead is indeed missing. But Sarah adds, although the forensic expert reported that based on the angle and force of the blow, the killer was approximately 5 feet 7 inches to 5 feet 9 inches tall. Emma is 5 feet 5 inches. Lisa is 5 feet 6 inches. Derek is 5 feet 10 inches, but skinny. Victor is 6 feet 1 inch, too tall. Michael is 5 feet 8 inches, but elderly. She looks at them, and the victim's stomach contained traces of strong sleeping medication, the same kind that disappeared from the shelf. Someone gave it to him before the murder. Silence. Sarah takes one last step. The camera over the emergency exit shows one person at 10:28 p.m., but shadow analysis shows there could have been 2, one blocking the other. She surveys the suspects. One of you killed him, or maybe you worked together. Each of you had motive, opportunity, and evidence against you. But the final picture doesn't quite fit. She looks into their eyes, one by one. Emma with the bracelet and red stains on her shoes. Lisa with medical knowledge and access to sleeping pills. Victor with the debt and reason to take the money. Michael with the photo of the safe and hired investigation. Derek with gloves and camera expertise. Margaret, who concealed evidence. The truth is here. Among you, Sarah says. But which truth exactly? The camera slowly pulls back, showing 6 people in the dim light of the supermarket, each with their own secret. Screen fades to black. Who killed Andrew Cole?